Annyeong Buzz, welcome back to the channel. Grab your iced coffee or bubble tea, whatever fuels your K-pop obsession, because today we have some seriously hyped news to unpack, and I need all of you in the comments with me from start to finish. Before we dive in, shout out where you're watching from. I know we've got ATINY tuning in from every corner of the globe, so flex those hometowns below while the rest of us smash that like button. Alright, let's talk about ATEEZ's brand new comeback announcement. If you were scrolling through your feed and suddenly saw the phrase, "break glass in case of thirst," you are not alone. Those mysterious posters popping up on the streets of Seoul? Yep, that was ATEEZ dropping clues like they're starring in their own action thriller. And in classic ATEEZ fashion, they didn't leave us hanging for long. We now have the official date, June 13th. Mark it, set the alarm, set 2 alarms, maybe even borrow your mom's alarm clock. Whatever it takes, do not sleep on this one. The new release is titled Golden Hour Part 3, which means we are officially crossing into the 3rd chapter of their Golden Hour saga. I'm still replaying Part 2 on the daily, so the fact that we're only weeks away from the next installment feels unreal. Remember how Part 1 practically reinvented hype tracks and Part 2 showed off that darker cinematic side in 2024? If you stack those albums back to back, you can practically feel the narrative building towards something big. And now we're at Part 3, traditionally the point in a trilogy where everything either explodes or resolves. No pressure, right? Here's what I'm personally buzzing about. First, the timing. A summer comeback for ATEEZ is a power move. They've spent the past few years proving they own the global festival circuit. Hello, European stadiums and US festival crowds. So dropping a fresh track list right as the Northern Hemisphere heats up is chef's kiss marketing. Outdoor, stages, fireworks, sweat, and that signature ATEEZ energy? I'm already imagining the fan cams. Second, let's dissect that teaser slogan. Break glass in case of thirst. Thirst for what exactly? It might be literal, quenching our thirst for new music, but this is ATEEZ. Symbolism is their love language. Remember the hourglass motif that keeps coming back? Break glass could hint at shattering a limit, maybe even fracturing the timeline they've been storytelling since their debut. Are we about to break the hourglass? Are we bending reality? Somebody cue the conspiracy board because I'm pinning red yarn everywhere. I want to hear your theories. What does the phrase mean to you? Is it a nod to the fans like, "You've waited long enough? Go wild"? Or is it a deeper lore reference we haven't decoded yet? Drop your hottest take below. Bonus points if you tie it to that pirate to cyberpunk evolution they've been teasing over the last couple eras. I'll be reading through and shouting out my favorite theories in the next video. Now, let's talk sound. We don't have track spoilers yet, but given how Part 2 leaned into crunchy guitars and industrial beats, I suspect Part 3 might flip the script again. Maybe brighter melodies with a lethal drop hidden in the chorus, something perfect for blasting with the car windows down. And you know Jung has probably stashed at least one curveball in the rap line because he lives to keep us off balance. Personally, I'm hoping for a proper sand power note moment that makes everyone pause, rewind, and scream. That's my prediction. What's yours? Vocals, choreography, stage outfits. Give me your wish list. Speaking of stage outfits, let's not gloss over the fashion clues. The teaser image they posted has that golden tint, almost like sun-bleached metal. Could we be getting a post-apocalyptic desert vibe? Picture the members in sun-faded leather with glints of gold hardware, walking through a mirage. Imagine that. Set design. Picture the dust swirling around Wooyoung as he nails the center dance break. Goosebumps, right? Or maybe I'm projecting because I need more Mad Max-style idol concepts in my life. Let me know if you're team desert punk or if you see something totally different. Real talk. ATEEZ is in a fascinating career phase. They're no longer the underdogs. They're certified world tour headliners, but they still carry that scrappy, nothing-to-lose energy. Every comeback feels like they're trying to outdo themselves, not just compete with other groups. That self-competition is refreshing and honestly kind of scary, because it means the bar keeps rising. Case in point, the choreography for Crazy Form looked insane until we saw the live stages and realized, oh, they can go harder. So how do they top that? Dual-level stage platforms? Acrobatics? A live water splash segment like they're auditioning for a Cirque du Soleil cameo? I'm bracing my knees in solidarity. I also love how their promotion cycle builds community engagement. ATINY Twitter spaces are already buzzing with group order spreadsheets and fan-made countdown graphics. When that concept trailer drops, you know the timeline will freeze while people analyze every frame in 4K. Even casual listeners get swept up because the fan interpretations are wild enough to feel like an ARG. That's free marketing genius, and I'm here for it. Quick sidebar. If you're new to ATEEZ and feeling overwhelmed, don't panic. Part 3 is honestly a great entry point. Their storytelling is interconnected, but each era stands on its own musically. Plus, ATINY are some of the most welcoming fans out there. Just slide into a stream party. Trust me, they'll hand you a digital light stick before you can say my name. Before we wrap this segment, let's set some community goals. First, pre-order plans. Are you snagging just the main version or going full collector mode? Tell me your strategy. Phone wallpapers, desk displays, shelf aesthetics. I need inspo. Second, streaming squads. Who's hosting the YouTube watch party when the MV drops? Third, challenges. What TikTok dance trend do you predict will come out of this comeback? I'm terrible at body rolls, but if ATEEZ gives us another finger snap hook, I might actually survive. Alright, I'm going to pause the ATEEZ hype train here, just for a moment, because we have another huge story to unpack right after this. So don't go anywhere, keep those comments rolling and stay hydrated because the K-pop summer is just getting started. And speaking of comebacks that are about to light up the summer, VIVIZ is officially returning this July. Yes, you heard that right. SinB, Eunha, and Umji are coming back to bless our playlists. And this time, they're doing something super special. So let's break it down. On May 27th, Big Planet Made confirmed the news that VIVIZ is preparing for a comeback, with the goal of releasing their next album in early July. That means it's literally around the corner, barely a month away. And honestly, the timing couldn't be better. We're getting ATEEZ in June, then VIVIZ in July. K-pop summer is thriving and our wallets are weeping. Now here's the part that really caught my attention. This upcoming album is going to include solo songs by each of the members. That's right. Eunha, SinB, and Umji are each getting their moment to shine individually, within the same release. And as someone who's followed these girls since the G-Friend days, this feels like such a full-circle glow-up moment. Let's talk possibilities. Eunha's solo. I'm expecting something vocally rich and dreamy, maybe a mid-tempo pop ballad with a whimsical MV aesthetic. She has that kind of airy yet powerful tone that could totally carry an emotional narrative. Then there's SinB, and I can totally see her going the sleek dance pop route. Something with a sharp beat, killer choreography, and just the right amount of edge. Her stage presence is so fierce that a solo track could really let her tap into that more mature, confident vibe. And Umji? She's always been the quiet powerhouse. I'd love to see her lean into something soulful or jazzy, something that showcases just how much she's grown vocally and artistically since debut. This whole concept of solo tracks within a group album is honestly brilliant. It gives each member a chance to explore her own color while still presenting a unified comeback as VIVIZ. It's like we're getting 3 mini debuts plus a group return, all in one package. That's not just content, it's fan service on another level. Now let's also remember this is their first comeback since November 2024, when they released Voyage. That album was a total gem. It gave us that polished, elegant sound VIVIZ does so well, but it also hinted at them wanting to explore more diverse genres. So I'm very curious to see what direction they take with this next release. Will it continue the sonic voyage of their previous mini-album? Or will they chart an entirely new course? Pun very much intended. And let's not ignore the fact that solo songs open the door for unique stage performances. Imagine a comeback showcase where each member performs her solo, then they come together for the group title track. That's like attending a concert in miniature form. It also gives each fan base, whether you're a SinB stan, an Eunha enthusiast, or an Umji loyalist, something to deeply connect with and rally around. But I want to hear from you guys. Which member's solo are you most excited for? And what kind of vibe are you hoping for? Comment your song concepts below. I'm talking genres, titles, MV aesthetics, the works. Let's get creative. If you could design one of their solo MVs, what would it look like? Would SinB be strutting through a neon city at midnight? Would Eunha be floating through a dreamy flower field with glittery tears? Would Umji be in a smoky jazz lounge with a vintage mic? Let me know because I know some of you have director-level imaginations. Also, let's talk styling. Are we feeling bold, experimental looks for this era, or should they lean into that classy elegance they nailed with Voyage? Personally, I'd love to see a blend. Let them keep that polished VIVIZ sophistication, but throw in a few wild cards. Maybe some metallics or streetwear silhouettes. Give us duality, queens. And one more thing, can we take a moment to appreciate how VIVIZ is carving out their own identity in the post-G-Friend era? That's not easy, but they've stayed true to their artistry while still growing as a trio, and that deserves all the support. I feel like this comeback is going to be a defining one for them. Including solo songs shows they trust their individual strengths, and I'm here for that kind of bold, confident move. All right, Buzz fam, it's your turn. Are you more hyped for ATEEZ's Golden Hour Part 3 or VIVIZ's solo-packed comeback in July? Or are you like me, just emotionally preparing for both? Tell me everything in the comments. Your theories, your styling dreams, your streaming goals. Let's keep the conversation going and get that hype rolling all the way through summer. And of course, if you enjoyed hanging out with me and want more updates like this, make sure you're subscribed with the notifications on so you never miss a drop. I'll be back soon with more K-pop deep dives, drama breakdowns, and everything in between. Until then, this has been Young Buzz. Stay curious, stay passionate, and I'll see you in the next video.